Alright, so this this video wasn't planned, and but I figured it needed to be said. Don't mind this right here. Just finished doing laundry. But I figured it needed to be said because I couldn't get through to her because she wants to be blissfully uh, 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 oblivious. But perhaps I could get through to some other people on the outside, I mean the outside of the United States that want to come here thinking that, oh my God, well, this country's just oh so great, and oh wow. Okay, let's see how I can put this as properly as I can. First of all, stop watching the TV. Okay, stop watching the fucking TV. Um, DC, California, New York, Miami, that's not America. Right? That's four fucking cities. Okay? That's all. Just like I'm willing to bet Tokyo is not Japan, like you know, fucking the city of London is not all of Britain. Okay. Um Stop watching the fucking TV. That's the first thing. As many people that come here can see, especially the DC metro area, the White House is not as big in person as you see on TV. Okay, stop watching the TV. Okay, it's. I hate to break it to you, but stop watching the TV. For all of the good things, real or supposed, and there are some real and some supposed good things about this country. One thing that I think that a lot of immigrants, of which I am one actually, is missing is that there are some rather bad things about this country. Okay, some rather bad things, and it's really important to not uh, be oblivious to those bad things, right? Which is apparently what this girl that I was having this argument with um, seems to not be able to do. I mean, she came here as an au pair, right? She's been with well off families from the start. By her own admission, she's never been without a car, right? I mean, obviously, they weren't brand new, but they've never been without a car. Most, if not all, of the traveling all over damn near all the 50 states, short of maybe Hawaii and Alaska, that she's been to. She's been to more places in the what, 5 years or 6 years that she's been here now than I have been in my entire life. More places in this country, okay? And I've been here since '93 when I was 5 years old, right? All the places she's been, from what I come to understand, were all financed by whichever family she was with, you know? And I'm just like, you do realize that you, through massive amounts of luck, and she's been lucky in more ways than one, but through massive amounts of luck, have gotten more than people that have been living here for fucking generations. And I'm not talking black people, I'm talking other people up to and including white, okay? Have not had the kind of fortune and luck that you've had. Just being a fucking au pair coming here. She's still here now. She has since become a legal resident, right? But I'm just thinking to myself like, and then for you to sit here and argue with me that all I see is the bad, all I see is the bad. I'm like, you don't want me to sit here and argue with you about the country you came from and how much of a third world country that was, and how you have it so much better here. She has a car, she has her own apartment and stuff like that. She now works and stuff like that. Okay, fine. You don't want me to argue about you with that, but you want to sit here and argue with me, somebody who's been here since '93, grew up here, right, about some of the bad things about this country? She just wanted to be blissfully fucking ignorant. And she's a lost cause as far as I'm concerned, but hopefully this video gets out to other people. Okay? Do understand this. People like me, who actually, I came from a third world country myself, and I do remember what it was like. And people like to think that, oh, well, you've been here your whole life, you don't know what. Actually, I do remember quite a lot of it. Quite a fucking lot of it, okay? But the fact that I've been here my whole life, maybe there's some stuff that I might know that you might not, because you're still so fascinated with the fucking lights. This whole argument started with I think her brother-in-law or something that came here, and I thought internet was internet all over the country, but apparently in some systems you can't just log in online and check something. He was trying to check the balance of his credit card, and he couldn't just log in online. I don't know why not. Internet is internet. Okay. Apparently, he has to call in, even though it was Citibank. His card was from Citibank. Citibank in other countries, I guess, is different than Citibank here. Okay, fine. And it started off with that, and then it started going off into culture, because I won't even get into why it got into culture, but and then I asked her like what culture are you so fascinated with here? And then she started listing out all these things that has nothing to do with culture. Oh, it's so much more organized here, and everything's efficient. I'm like, well, shit. Go to Japan if you want to see efficiency and organized. The fucking train is always single tracking here. The metro system in the DC metro area is always single tracking. It's always either down or like you have to miss 2 trains for another one to get there. And that was back in 23. I'm 31 now. That was back 23 before I finally got my first car and stopped taking the fucking public transport. Right? I can only imagine how bad it is now. The quality went down, the service went down, the prices went up. You want efficiency, you want organized, go to Japan. Probably the most efficient and organized place on planet Earth. Right? Efficiency, organized, clean, or neat, or tidy is not culture. Like, what is culture? And I kept trying to get it through her. It's like, I can go to Germany and see German culture. I can go to Japan and see Japanese culture. China, Chinese culture. Brazil, Brazilian culture. You know, what culture is American, right? Assuming we're going to just completely ignore Native American culture, which is probably the only actual real American culture, what is American culture? Like what? It's not any. You have money, and I'll get to this in a second. You have money, anywhere it can be efficient, anywhere it can be clean and nice and organized. So that's not culture. Again, Japan, completely different culture from whatever the hell culture is here, far more efficient. So that's not going to work. But you know, it's just, what is American culture? Is it V8 engines and apple pie and cowboys and shit? Well, no, not everybody subscribes to that shit. Like, you go to Germany, you can see German culture, and like, Germans subscribe to that more or less, a lot more than less. Same thing with everybody else. Here, what is it? Chains and rims and shit, like freaking Cadillac DeVilles and fucking Crown Vics and all that shit. Not everybody subscribes to that. Is it lowriders? All spinners? No. Like, what is American culture? What can you point to and say this is American? Versus saying, well, this is actually Chinese, but you know, it's been adapted or it's been edited by America. So it's American Chinese, not Chinese Chinese, but it still hails from China. Like, what hails directly from America apart from Native American culture, you know? I mean, okay, yeah, black culture that came here from like black from 70s, okay, fine. Like most of the stuff from here has roots in some other country. So it's really that other country's thing, just it's been warped to match American sensibilities or whatever, or whatever, right? But what culture exactly is American and nowhere else? And if anybody else adopts it, well, it came from America first. You know, like now let's get to the money part of this, because that seems to be what kind of, or kind of what does elude you people, and by you people I mean you foreigners, um, the most, more than anything else. All of America is not Disneyland. As this girl, as this girl that I was having a fight with, as her parents found out, as her family members found out, you know, it seems like she's having this magical life. It's really not, you know. You know, and dealing with the money now. Do understand the reason why the vast majority of America looks the way it looks is due to credit. Due to credit. Get rid of credit in all of its forms, and I mean credit as far as, whoops, student loans, credit as far as credit cards, credit as far as car loans, credit as far as mortgages. Make it so that if you want anything from a house straight up to a car to a vacation to whatever, you have to come up with 100% of the money first. And you'll see just how poor this country really is and just how much of a third world country this country actually is. It's all fake. It's all fake, you know? And this is what a lot of these fucking immigrants are not seeing. You know, you think you sit here, come here, oh, come here and work hard. And okay, you know what, fine. Maybe compared to back home, you can come here and work hard, but if you've been here as long as I've been here, and you've seen how shit actually goes, it's like, okay, you can work your 40 hours, and you get taxed, and then you can work another 40 hours of overtime, and that shit gets taxed so much, what the hell did you really work oh so hard for? See, Americans are stupid, but they're not stupid, okay? I mean, in the general of things, okay, oh my god, you stupid Americans. Yes, of course. But let's be honest here, Americans aren't fucking dumb. Americans are lazy, not just because they've just had a pampered life and whatever, and just been living in the lap of luxury compared to other countries, but because they realize, yo, why in the fuck am I gonna work 80 hours and get taxed so goddamn much that I'm only getting $5 extra than if I just worked the 40 hours and then stopped. Americans may be dumb, but they're not that fucking dumb. There's a reason why they're quote unquote lazy, and it's not just because they're spoiled. It's because they might be spoiled more or less, and depending on who, it's a lot more and also a lot less. But they're also just not dumb to the fact that, yo, I'm supposed to work hard, but diminishing returns, upper asymptote, you know? Never ever crosses, no matter how much work you put in. There comes a point where it's not worth it anymore. And that's what you're seeing. But you got your immigrants here, they've been fed the indoctrination, oh, just come here and work hard, and the harder you work, the more money you make. Mm-mm. I'll never forget this. Never forget this, even though I forgot the name of the person who said it. It was some guy, I think he might have been testifying in Congress, or he was a senator or something. Forgot where it was, but I'm pretty sure if you Google it or YouTube it, you might hear it. He said, and I'll forget what he said. I'll never forget what he said. He said, you can, following the rules, paraphrasing, okay, following the rules, right? The official rules and being a good, upstanding Boy Scout, Eagle Scout, Girl Scout, whatever the hell, you know, just whatever the hell, following the rules to the book, to the letter, you can get ahead to a certain extent, okay? But the system is so ordered, the system, American system, Western system, American system, is so ordered that you can get to a point, you can get to a certain point working hard, just grinding away. But you can only get up to a certain point. The system has made it so that you can only get up to a certain point. After you get that point, after you get past that point, unless you have just some obviously like Microsoft or Apple or something where you're just obviously making money. For the average person, for them to get past that point, either they themselves or somebody they're rolling with had to have done something less than righteous, less illegal, flat out illegal. Okay? Flat out illegal. Okay? And I'll never forget that. He said it right there on fucking TV, and this was like some old white guy, thin. I can't remember if he had his hair or not. Might have been a senator or a congress, or some. Maybe he was just a representative of some state. I forgot who it was. But he said, yeah, well, you can work hard to a certain extent and get to a certain point in this system, but after a certain point, for you to get any more ahead, you're gonna have to do something less than godly, either you or somebody in your camp. Okay? Because the system is so ordered that you can make some money, but you're not gonna be making a whole shitload unless, of course, you have some giant multinational conglomerate going on, you know? And it seems to me like immigrants never really get that message. You know, they're so busy thinking that they finally made it. They're off the street. They're into the fucking nice palace. You know, is this really Disney World Palace, or is it like a palace from fucking Silent Hill? There's a reason why there's a lot of Americans who, I mean, I'm not saying a lot of Americans who anything. There's a reason why so many Americans, in fact, I think this is the country that's the most strung up on drugs. People are trying to fucking cope, okay? Infinite work, working like fucking slaves, right? Just to try to keep up. I don't even think they're trying to keep up with the Joneses anymore. They're just trying to fucking keep up with basic standards of fucking living. Okay? Again, back in the 70s, what is it, late 70s, early 80s, wages fucking flatlined. People were making money in lockstep. Rich people were still rich, poor people were still poor, but everybody was making money up until the 70s, and then it just, rich kept going, and the rest of us flatlined. And that's where credit cards essentially took off. And just credit, just the system of credit in general. It's not because people want what they can't have. It's because to get even the fucking basics, they had to do this. If wages went up in proper step the way it was going from way back up until the 70s or 80s, credit cards would probably be non-existent or just be a little fucking trinket for the rich, as it was before when it started. Nobody tells these immigrants that. I'm not saying you can't come here and do well and do whatever, but for the ones of us that have been here and have seen the light, seen behind the curtains and behind the lights, the flashing lights and the glitter and the mountain of gold, you know, don't sit here and tell us that we're being negative and that we're trying to crush your dreams and stuff. Perhaps you should listen to us, you know. If I go to your country, I can't sit there and act like I know more than you. You know, you grew up there, whichever country this is. It'd be in my best interest to listen to you about how shit is here, even if I've been to more places in your country than you have. You know? Maybe you should do the same here. And realize it's not the way Hollywood has been pretending it is. I don't know. But I took serious umbrage to this girl trying to tell me anything when I'm the one that's been living here since '93 and she's been living here since I think 2013 or so, 14, 13, whatever the hell she came. And she has been started as an au pair and has been with rich family after rich family after rich family you know, never been without a car, was able to go travel all over the United States to probably 48 of the 50 states, not through her own money, but through, but being financed by these rich people, these rich au pair sponsors. And then she's going to sit here and tell me anything. Because I, somebody who, despite growing up in Potomac around the 1%, and growing up with the 1%'s kids, was sure as hell not the 1%. Not in mentality and certainly not in money, right? A lot less than more in the mentality, but certainly not in money, right? And I'm able to see how shit really is. Like, I just did my fucking taxes now for this Uber thing. Interestingly enough, I actually paid no taxes. I made gross $40,000. I shouldn't really be telling my business out, but whatever. And because of my write-offs, I made I paid no fucking taxes. In fact, I'm due for a refund. It's quite interesting, due to all the write-offs and stuff. First time I've ever done anything like this. You know? But that was due to me grinding away. Like, I did not have anybody helping me. Like, I didn't have anybody sponsoring anything. Didn't have anybody giving me anything. Like, I guess the point is, for you to sit here and essentially had your entire life financed, and now you're working for yet another rich family that's paying you quite well, you know? But then to come to me, somebody who has essentially been homeless a few times, you know, um, as a kid, not since I turned 18, but as a kid, been homeless a few times, been working since I was 14, especially since I was growing so much and my mom couldn't afford to keep getting me the clothes and shoes, so I had to damn well get it myself. Been working since 14, didn't get my first car until 23. She had a car back in her own country, and she had a car. She has yet to be without a car here. Right. Um, you know, and it just really pissed me off. Because all of what you've seen, and you've been able to see, not because you actually had to grind away working to go and get it, but all of the traveling and all this stuff and all the shit that you've been able to see because somebody else was financing it, that's not what America really is. There's places I'd like to travel, but nobody's financing it. Here it is right now. I'd like to get back on learning my fucking Japanese and hopefully save up so I can go to the fucking Olympics in 2020 in Japan. I don't know if that's going to happen. Probably won't. I can't find a fucking sugar mama anywhere. There's Potomac right there, and God knows those bitches are bored out of their fucking mind. A lot of them are fucking hot. A lot of them are fucking MILFs. Okay? But I cannot find a fucking sugar mama to save my goddamn life. If I don't go bust my ass doing whatever, which happens to be Uber right now, I don't get what I want. Nobody's financing it. So, I'm sorry, but I can't sit here and play dumb like, oh, America's just oh so great. I'd probably think the same thing you thought too if I just had an all expense paid trip up until now where I'm finally having to work. But even then, I land on a fucking good job, high paying job. I'm not gonna tell out her business, but high enough paying job. To where it's like, yo, you're making more than people with fucking bachelors and you don't have anything. You know? That's not America. Like, there's no shortage of people that would love to work hard. But number one, it needs to be worth their fucking time. You know, you're not about to sit here and tell me to slave away like a fucking Chinese sweatshop worker for 1 cent a day, and then I have to go and cover all my own expenses with that. I'm not gonna go put in the fucking overtime if I'm only gonna after taxes see $5 more, and I'm not even going to get that shit back at the end of the year because the tax laws change so fucking much, right? I never forget the time when I thought I was going to get back a good $6,000. This was during one of Obama's years, and the tax laws changed to where I saw nothing. I'm like, yo, never again, because I put in mad overtime, mad overtime. I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to get it back at the end of the year. Or was it Bush's last year? Bush or Obama, one of those two. And after that, I said, never again. I thought I was going to get back roughly $6,000. I ended up owing federal about 400 something bucks, and I owed state like 2 something or 3 something. Real bitter taste in my mouth to this very day. You know? We'd love to work hard. Not gonna work hard if most of our money's gonna get taken away. But of course, these immigrants don't see that. All they see is, well, just keep working harder, working harder, working harder. Be the new version of the model minority. Don't complain, just work harder, work harder, work harder. If you notice, the people that are telling you don't complain, work harder, when life finally catches up to them, they can't hang. They're the first ones clearing the tallest building. When their fucking stocks drop or where they lose it all somehow through some twist of fate Armageddon scenario. Most recent one was the '08 crash. They're not pulling themselves up by their bootstraps and all that bullshit. They're not just taking responsibility and not blaming others and just work hard, work hard, work hard. They're the first ones clearing high jump style, the tallest building at the highest point on the roof of the railing. They're clearing that shit and warp 10 speed to the floor. They can't hang, but they'll tell you, work hard, work hard, work hard for these scraps. To you immigrants, come here, work hard. You'll probably see more than you would see back at your own country, fine. But do realize there's shit behind all these cameras and lights and fireworks and fanfare, right? Behind the light shows, the fireworks, the smoke and mirrors, the fanfare, the fucking pomp and circumstance. There's a lot of other shit, okay? So don't let your guard down thinking, oh, I came to America, I'm just oh so welcome. Well, I think everybody should realize that you're probably not welcomed right now in this climate. Okay. But apart from that, come here, work hard, fine. But don't play dumb. Don't play dumb. I guess that's all I have to say. Just don't play dumb. Realize that we're not in heaven. You're still on earth, right? There's good and there's evil here. And if you see nothing but good everywhere, you need to start asking, yo, where the hell is the evil? What's going on? The more good you see here with mortal humans that are good and evil, right? It means that the more evil is hidden, and probably the worse the evil is. At least with other countries, the evil is more or less readily visible. So it's like, all right, there you go. Okay, this is the bad, this is the good. America seems to be nothing but good, 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 good. There's evil everywhere. Find out where the evil is in this country, okay? Before it finds you. Later.